Delicious. Hi. Right. Well, there are two ways to look at this video. One, our Kickstart project, obviously. Or two, you can try and find the 10 concealed classic video game consoles that we've hidden throughout the video. Right. One, Kickstart project, iControlPad 2. Right. Well, some of you may remember, 2 years ago we designed, developed and brought to market the iControlPad 1. If you don't know, the iControlPad 1 is a controller for phones. Your phone clips on the top and it makes it a bit like a video game console. This has been popular and we've sold thousands of these, popular enough for there to be a few clones of this made. But while people were making clones of this, we were busy designing the iControlPad 2 based on your feedback and opinions of the iControlPad 1. Now what we've done is we've had some rather trained Royal Shakespeare Company actors recreate some of your feedback and opinions, and I'd like to show you some clips of that now.
What about an open source controller with a keyboard?
How about an open source controller
With a keyboard?
Why don't you make an open source controller with a keyboard?
How about an open source controller with a keyboard?
With a keyboard?
Hi, welcome to the lab. Now this is where we take your ideas and we try to make them real. And we think we have. Let me show you the bare bones of the iControlPad 2. At the top here you've got the PCB and then the button membrane. The next is the plastic backing plate, and then finally the metal front plate. This is what makes the iControlPad 2 pretty strong. So here it is, the iControlPad 2. About the same size as an iPhone 4, a little bit smaller than the iControlPad 1, but 2 analog nubs, full QWERTY keyboard, digital D-pad, 4 face buttons, 2 shoulder buttons. Now, here's the next interesting bit. Remember the iControlPad 1 connected to phones like this? The phone clipped on the top, and it was great for playing games. But if you got a phone call, there was sort of a little bit of, well, how should I put it, side talking going on. Well, we've made a new holder for the iControlPad 2, and this is it, connected to a Galaxy Note. It slides out from the back, so you can use it as an iControlPad like this, and then, if you get a phone call or you want to use a touchscreen, you can quickly turn it back in to a normal phone shape and use the screen. Now we've incorporated almost all of your ideas, and the best thing about this is... Where's my cup of tea? Ah, hang on. Here it is. Oh, still warm. Right, so, iControlPad 2. Big news, fully open source controller. We think the first in the world. Now what does this mean? This means that you can pretty much connect it to any tech device, or if you want to, you can rewrite the firmware for this and connect it to the robot that you've built or other similar projects. So right now, with the current firmware that we've written and we'll be releasing fully open source, you can connect it to still connect it to a phone like the iControlPad we've built on that firmware, and you can connect it to a tablet, a PC, the Raspberry Pi. And the Raspberry Pi, it's great because you get a keyboard, gaming controls and mouse emulation, which of course also works on the PC. But it can turn the Pi into more of a fully fledged computer, and it has a similar effect on tablets. Now, another big thing about the iControlPad 2 is it doesn't need software support in the apps on iOS or on Android. You can use mapping software to overlay screen controls and connect those to the iControlPad. So if there's a D-pad on the screen of the game that you play, you can make the iControlPad control that D-pad. The software writer doesn't have to do anything. This pretty much opens it up for any programs. For example, let's look at this fighting game. So we move the D-pad over the on-screen D-pad, then move the ABXY buttons over the on-screen ABXY buttons. Then it's just a case of connecting the iControlPad 2 through Bluetooth and then just running the app again. The app doesn't even know the iControlPad 2 is there, but as you can see, the physical controls now control the on-screen characters. An interesting side effect of this is that the games become much easier to play, making you realise what an advantage having physical controls really is when playing video games. So, that's the iControlPad 2, fully open source game controller for pretty much anything. We think a world first. Now, this is a fully functioning prototype and we're nearly ready to go to market. We've done it before with the iControlPad 1, help us do it again for the iControlPad 2. You can find our website here. If you have any questions or suggestions for the iControlPad 2, we will update the Kickstarter project page as things progress. You can also find our forum, which is here. Oh, and if you're looking for those 10 hidden consoles, we've got a little page for you right here. Right, thanks in advance, everybody. If this is a success, you're all invited out with me for a drink. But due to the Kickstarter rules on alcohol, it's for a drink of water. Looking forward to it. Bye.